Hi, it's Mike with AskTractorMike.com. I'm standing today in front of my new Holland TC 40, and it has one major design flaw on it that I hate, and I'm going to fix it today. And it's not going to be that hard. Let's get started. Well, back when the new Holland TC series came out, and Case had the same product in their line painted red, it was a D or DX, these tractors were way ahead of their time. And I loved selling them. I worked at a new Holland dealership for 11 years, sold a lot of these little tractors. And I knew we had a winner. People loved them, loved almost everything about them. They were one of the first tractors with a sloped hood and a sloped loader. They had a flip open hood to get to the engine easily. They had the deluxe models had a swivel seat, which was nice. They had a tilt and telescoping wheel, steering wheel. So people that bought them loved them. It was kind of like you got the features that you liked in your car on your tractor. And we sold a lot of them. They were leading the industry for a long time. And of course, the rest of the industry over time caught up. But there was one design flaw on this TC40 that I hated. And I've hated it on this tractor since I've owned it. And I hated it on the new tractors. And every time someone from New Holland would come in, we a lot of times have visits from product marketing managers or marketing people or service people. Anybody that came through and asked my opinion, is there anything we can change on our product? I would tell them one thing, and they never listened to me. To my knowledge, till the end, these tractors had this design flaw, which I'm going to fix today. And that is a seat with a pond in it. Tractors that sat out on our lot with no canopy, when it rained, would accrue water right here. And with a vinyl seat, as the water came down, it would pool in there, and you'd end up with probably close to a pint of water, which doesn't sound like a lot till you sit down in it. And invariably, I'd be out on the lot with a customer at 9 o'clock in the morning. It'd come a rain. I'd get up in the tractor seat to show him some features on the tractor and sit down in that water, and then I'd have a wet butt the rest of the day. And it was enough water, it would soak through your pants, into your underwear. You'd be miserable the rest of the day. And all in the world they'd had to have done to fix that was to put a hole in here or get a different seat with a hole in here. And today, I'm going to put an aftermarket seat on here. And I'm not only going to fix this problem, but I'm going to add armrests as well, which is a real nice feature if you're out on a tractor for a long period of time. So what I've done is ordered a replacement seat. Now, full disclosure here, I'm selling these seats on my website, and I should have, when I'm done, seats for just about every tractor. This tractor seat here is American made. It's going to be a direct replacement for what's on it. It's going to be more comfortable. It's going to be the same color, although you can get them in gray, and I thought about getting a gray seat. If I didn't have a canopy, I would get a gray seat because the black seats really absorb heat from the sun, and the gray seats are not as bad. But I went back with a black seat, and I'm going to take this old seat off and put the new seat on. This old seat is pretty worn, and once you get a few cracks in the seat, water starts getting in, and then it rots what's underneath. Pretty soon it's uncomfortable. So I'm going to replace it today with this brand new seat. And again, I sell these on my website. I've got them available for the New Holland, Case, Kubota, Deere, Mahindra, Yanmar. I've got a lot on there. And I'm going to make it real easy for you to order these on my website by having them separated by model. So if you're needing a new seat for your tractor, you can go on there and order it. And many times you can get these optional armrests as well. So anyway, taking the old seat off. All right, there's one side. All right. Looks to me like the armrest assembly is pretty easy to put on. You've got these speed nuts, and you put the flat side on the outside, push the fabric in, slide them over. It's going to hook there. And you got three on each side. Careful not to tear the fabric while you're going over it. That's what they look like there when they're in. Let's see, that has to be that side, can't be any other. There's my new seat. And as you can see, this new seat has got a hole in the bottom, a drain hole, let the water out, which is going to be nice. I don't leave my tractor out much anymore, but when I do, if it comes to rain, I don't want to sit down in water and have that wet butt thing all day long. I did take this one plate right here off of my old seat. And the reason I did is it's got a prong right here that pushes against a safety switch right down here. And it also contacts a couple of springs back down here. You don't have to have that. If you didn't have that, when you push this down, you wouldn't contact the springs, but your seat would rest on this platform. You'd still have your suspension up and down. But I like the fact that if I accidentally drop this back, it hits those springs. It doesn't just collapse hard. So I put that plate on. The holes don't match up, but it's underneath these other two plates, and that's tightened up, and friction will hold it there. It's not going to go anywhere. And this prong right here activates my safety switch, my seat safety switch, when I sit down. And let me explain a little bit about safety switches. There are two types. There's normally open and normally closed safety switches. And this right here is a normally open safety switch, meaning when there's no weight on it, the switch is open, there's no current going through it. And when you sit on it and push it down, it's closed, and that's what allows you to start your tractor. Now, if you don't want to put this plate in, you can get a normally open safety switch that goes in here and on my website, and then you're all good to go. When you sit down, it'll close the circuit, and it plugs right into the wire that's already here, the two-pronged wire. Now, a normally closed circuit works just the opposite. It's got current going through it when the switch is not pressed. When you press it in, that's when it takes the current out and makes the circuit not complete. I really love this new seat. It's great having a seat. It's a little firm to begin with. I'm sure it'll loosen up a bit over time, but it's a good heavy seat, and I really, really, really like the armrests. Great addition to any tractor. If you order a seat off my website, no guarantees. You won't have to do just a little bit of blacksmith work to get it to fit, but they're designed to match the factory seats as close as possible and give you a nice drain. Well, if you're like this guy and you kind of need a new seat, go to my website. AskTractorMike.com is the address, and just click there on tractor seats. And we've got lots of brands available, and you can generally find sometimes an economy seat if you want to keep the cost down, and a deluxe seat. They're USA made, and it's sure an upgrade from the Massey that was in the picture. But if you don't see what you need there, we probably can find it. There's a little box to click, and that shoots us an email. And if you've got a model that's not listed, just shoot us an email and we'll try to find a seat to fit your tractor. They won't all be in stock. Most of them will be. Some of them will take just a couple of weeks to get to you. But we would sure like to have your business. There it is, my new seat with armrests all installed. No more wet butt. Thanks for watching.